Now, you signed Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, shout out all them boys, to name a
Anderson,
few.
Pac,
All them, shout out Anderson too, man. Now, what's the process in discovering talent for you? What's the process? How you do that?
You know what? There isn't really necessarily a process.
Just a natural thing.
I would say 90% of the artists that I've been introduced to have been introduced to me through other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And it just depends on if you like it.
Yeah, you know, I was introduced to Eminem through Jimmy Iovine.
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to Snoop through my stepbrother Warren G.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always somebody that introduces me to somebody, and it's like, oh, and if we click, if the talent has to be there first of all, and then click in the studio, and that synergy is there, then I go from there.
Yeah,
you know. And I really like to create relationships instead of just working on a project, you know? And everybody that I've worked with up until now, we're still friends. We're still really close.
In this clip, Dr. Dre exposes his 3-step process that we're about to reveal for discovering the best rappers of all time. The image of Dr. Dre sharing a stage at the Super Bowl with 3 decades of proteges from Snoop Dogg to Eminem to 50 Cent to Kendrick Lamar and even legendary R&B singer Mary J. Blige demonstrates a calculated and studyable series of steps when discovering the best rappers of all time, and we've just seen step number 1. The talent has to be there first. Talent in hip-hop is a funny word. Often amateur fans or struggle rappers who love to hear themselves talk think that talent means you just come out of the womb spitting hot fire like dialogue, but not so. Often talent is a shorthand for producers like Dr. Dre to demonstrate a consistency of high-level creative output developed over years of training, experimentation, and pushing through the initial difficulty of learning how to rap. Listen to Eminem describe how he actually sucked when he first started rapping, wasn't good, and needed to keep going to develop his talent.
First I was a fan of the music. You know what I'm saying? Before I even thought about rapping. LL Cool J was the one who made me like first start writing rhymes. And I was like 12, 13 maybe. And it sucked. You know, I wasn't good, but like I had to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. I gave it up for a little while, then I started again back when I was like 15 and started being able to kind of put songs together. And then I just was like, I was never really good at much else, you know? So I don't know. Once I found out I was decent at something, I just kind of focused and just, you know, went for it.
Who are we to disagree with Eminem that he wasn't born with it, but rather grew with it through consistently practicing, in his words, until he was able to put songs together. Putting songs together is one of the first major benchmarks for true world-class level rap stardom, not just being able to spit bars. And that's one of the reasons Eminem tagged it as a crucial development in his goal to become one of the best rappers of all time. If you're a rapper watching this, check out our free video course, The Top 20 Songwriting Secrets of Professional Rappers, to learn exactly how to make sure your songwriting is up to par for a pro-level career. But the most important thing to understand in step number 1 is when Dre says the talent has to be there, that isn't the same thing as saying you are either born with it or you're not. Often you need years in the lab to be good enough to click with Dr. Dre, as described in step number 2. It takes confidence to click.
And I had a studio in my house at the time, and I went and put some samples together, did a couple of things in the drum machine, and I invited him over. I was like, man, listen, I put this sample together. Tell me if you like it. You wanna hear one of my joints, man? Yeah. And I hit the drum machine, and maybe 2 or 3 seconds went by, and he just went, hi, my name is, like, yo, stop. It's hot. That's what happened our first day in the first few minutes of us being in the studio.
Just imagine you're Eminem, right? And you've spent your whole life idolizing producers and rappers such as Dr. Dre. At first you sucked at rapping, you actually gave it up, but once you were able to put songs together, win battles, and release projects good enough to get the attention of industry titans such as Jimmy Iovine, you now have a level of confidence you develop through your practice that when it's time to demonstrate your skills, you can hear a beat immediately and think of what would become a top 50 US Billboard Billboard charting single. If you really think about it, that confidence you, meaning Shady, has didn't come from just being a dope rapper from the minute you came out of the womb. It came from years of dedication and organized thought. It wouldn't be a stretch of the imagination to believe that when Dr. Dre says he clicks with somebody, he's as much talking about how he evaluates that confidence and talent to immediately start working and hustling when they first meet in the studio.
What was the relationship with 50? How did you grab 50 Cent?
You know what? Eminem.
Damn.
He introduced me to 50, and 50 was incredible when we went in the studio together for the first time. I mean, my experience working with 50, it was only about 7 days in the studio. I spent 7, maybe no more than 9 days, I'm not sure, for my entire half, you know what I mean?
Damn.
I would put up a track, he would write it, spit it, and go, yo, put up another one, put up another one, put up another one. And that was it.
And you see that and you're like, man, do you feel at that moment like, yeah, he got it?
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
Dude, yeah.
The old line, quality over quantity, doesn't mean make a small quantity of tracks in order to find the quality. The ability to create a massive quantity of tracks in order for producers like Dr. Dre to have the creative luxury of choosing the best quality of tracks is really what's at play in this quote here. The best rappers of all time, whether it be the artists we saw at the Super Bowl, such as 50 Cent, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg, create large quantities of music so that the best producers of all time, such as Dr. Dre, can craft the perfect project. Therefore, the last step in the Dr. Dre discovery process is searching for artists that are hungry enough to create track after track so that a cohesive body of work can be picked from the best of the best. This put up another one attitude is one of the main secrets for discovering legendary artists, and indeed discovering the next big thing in any creative endeavor you're going to take part in involving other participants. Now, we want to see you in the comments. Do you like these shorter length sort of tidbit style videos where we just focus on one concept? If that is the case, let us know in the comments so that we can start to push more videos out quicker and focus on like one aspect of getting good at rap and rap history. I've been your host, Drew Morrissey, the big homie Drew for How to Rap. I'm out.